Let's talk just a little bit about that technology, because I know you've got like a dark room atmosphere and you're using special light and you're doing certain things to examine it. It's really, I mean, it's a great scientific approach to it. So explain a little bit about that.
Well, it's really interesting because archaeology is very low tech in one sense. I mean, it still takes human beings doing, meticulous grunt work. But at the same time, we have our laptops in the field where we're entering data. I'm crunching numbers and making data-driven decisions. And we've got infrared and ultraviolet lighting going on and flotation going on in another area. And then there's wet sifting and saving samples, to go to the lab. So it's very high tech in another sense. So I love to have people come visit. It's pretty cool because at Shiloh, we have like hundreds of visitors every day that come by because, it's a tourist site. There's a lot of interest in Shiloh. And so we're very happy to be able to show people what we're doing. In fact, we've even recruited volunteers literally from tourist groups going by. They have come back and joined our group.
No, really? Do people need special qualifications if they wanted to come to Shiloh this year and bring their family? Just explain a little bit about what that might look like.
Absolutely. In fact, this morning there was a big announcement out of Israel that July 1st, the country will be opening to individuals. So they're opening in a couple of days to groups in a limited sense. But we've been planning on the assumption that the country would reopen. And so this morning's announcement puts a big smile on my face. So we can register volunteers. We have a large group signed up, even, with the tentative situation. It also appears that there's going to be a ceasefire within the next 24, 48 hours, and things should calm back down pretty quickly in that part of the world. But all information is at digshiloh.org. People can go there to register, to learn about the dig, the dates, the times, costs, and so forth. They can donate at the site as well. They can follow us this summer on Shiloh Network News. We have our own media team that's going to be putting out a bunch of creative stuff. We've got entrepreneurs like you and others that'll be coming by and shooting things. So just keep an eye on, hashtag Dig Shiloh or search my name and or Associates for Biblical Research, and you'll be able to follow what's happening in the field this summer.
How do you fund this work there at Shiloh?
Well, as I said, I'm an evangelical, so I do it the evangelical way, which means I ask my friends and family for help. I let people know what we're doing and ask them to consider giving to that. And people have been generous. And this is one reason why we have been able to do state-of-the-art stuff. And you know what, Tim, isn't it time that we as believers are leading? We're out front in technology, in an excellence, and not trying to lead from behind. And so basically we raised the money. I know some digs, like Elat Mazar's dig in Jerusalem, she waited 10 years to launch until some big donor came along and wrote a massive check. We don't have an endowment or a university that underwrites us. We do have a consortium with a number of schools and groups that belong. So it's just individuals and groups that are making donations to us. And we're grateful for what you're doing through the Historical Faith Society. And I love the way that you described it. It's sort of like the PEQ, the old Palestine Exploration, or PEF, the Palestine Exploration Fund, that saw the critical importance of funding archaeology. I mean, we cannot do what we do without volunteers and money.
Right, and I don't know if our Historical Faith Society members know this, but you had a need. We participated in this, and we're going to help you get what's called a UTV to be able to bring supplies and people up and down the hill, because it's a lot of weight sometimes carrying this up and down. It's hot. We had some of our Historical Faith Society members step in and the membership fees and that, and we were able to contribute about $10,000 to helping you with the funding of that, and we're happy to do that so we can be a blessing to you.
Well, it is a huge blessing, and so a big heartfelt thanks from me and my team to you and to the Historical Faith Society for their generosity. This we call it a gator, but I first got the idea when I was in Minnesota at the Mahoney Mansion, and in Tim's garage, there's this, what do you call them, all-terrain vehicle?
Yeah, UTV,
a UTV. I said, we must have that at Shiloh because we're constantly moving things around the site. It will just increase our efficiency. And so
Right.
we're able to get one in Israel, and we're going to buy a new one so that it will last for years and we can take care of it. So folks can stay tuned for cool pictures of us tooling around on it.
Well, a couple things people need to know. Yes, I live on a hill. I can see sometimes for probably 6 miles. One time I remember when we first moved there, before all the trees were up, I could see fireworks from 14 different communities. But that hill in Minnesota gets full of snow. And I had to figure out all sorts of methods. And finally, I just got that UTV with a plow, and I can plow my way out of my driveway. But what I wanted to talk about too is that you've got a lecture series that when you came up that time and you got snowed in and you ended up staying with us for almost a week. And we took advantage of that, and we were able to create a lecture series. We've combined that with some work that you had over at Northwestern, an interview, and then with another interview with you and Bryant Wood and David Roll at the site of I. So we're looking at the site of I as well. So that's going to be this new featured lecture series that you're going to be coming out with, both talking about Shiloh, and then we're going to be talking about the work that you did previously at I. So that's going to be a nice piece to have for people to collect as they're building their libraries of biblical and historical information. So question then is that I know you're with one of the main people of Associates for Biblical Research, and just wanted to talk about that. Tell us a little bit about that. That organization is has been around for a long time. Tell me about that organization.
Well, it was founded in the 1960s by David Livingstone in response to what we would call the problem of I, after Joseph Calloway excavated at Tel, which was believed to be the site of I. He basically announced to the world that there was no evidence there supporting the Bible, in fact, that it contradicted the Bible. And so David Livingstone founded ABR. I went back to school, earned a PhD in ancient Near Eastern archaeology, and he wanted an organization where like-minded people could come together and form a coalition to do research and excavation in the land of the Bible. And so over these now more than 40 years, we have excavated 3 sites and then done extensive research on 2 others. So we excavated Khirbet Nisya, Khirbet El Makader, and now Shiloh. And then we did extensive research at Jericho and Mount Ebal. So these conquest sites are our primary area of interest. And so ABR is into, I guess we're the only evangelical organization that is involved actively in field work. And we create an umbrella under which other universities like University of Northwestern in your hometown of Minneapolis, University of Pikeville, Lee University, and schools like that all come in under our consortium, our umbrella, and they're able to be involved in a meaningful way.
Good. And people from the Historical Faith Society, they could become members of Associates for Biblical Research too, because you're producing a lot of information, a lot of content. I know you have a lot of scholars on your platform,
Right.
and so.
Right. It's only $50. I mean, it's incredibly cheap, and we put out a quarterly magazine called Bible and Spade.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of the conservative counterpart of Biblical Archaeology Review, which is written by people who don't believe the Bible. Here you have archaeologists and scholars who actually do believe the Bible writing these articles. So I think people would love it, and they can go to our website, BibleArchaeology.org.
Yeah. And well, that's great. Well, Scott, we're going to have more this month. I've got more programming that you're going to be involved with, and I'm looking forward to this panel discussion that's coming up. We're going to be talking about the challenges of archaeology, the Bible, and even political unrest. I mean, all the things that you deal with when you're dealing with a nation like Israel, and you're doing archaeology and you're doing it in different areas. There's a lot of different challenges that you're faced with.
Well, thanks, Tim, for putting this together.
Yeah, you're welcome, and we'll see you later this month.
Sounds good.